Well, I've put out several reports at this point in regards to Mars and all the potential for them making the big announcement of ever finding life coming from this place because it's just rather obvious at this point. It used to be a decade ago, the phrase was, wherever you find water, the existence of water, there's life. And then all of a sudden you come to today and they're telling us Mars had massive lakes. You don't think that there wasn't ancient life if there was massive lakes of water? Not methane, not nothing else crazy, water. And now they're saying that, well, they have another surprise. They've discovered one of the youngest lake-bearing basins ever. And it just so happens to be 100 miles from where NASA has their Opportunity rover. And we can go back and forth with all the deception that comes out of NASA. But one thing's for sure, when it comes to hinting at finding life anywhere out there, Mars has been a hot topic now for the past couple years, and they just continue with it. So I think it's rather obvious. The question at this point, once they open up Pandora's box, there's a whole lot of explaining to do. The whole history of the planet, what happened, everything. But what they would want to do first is get a rover over here and get a sample and then release some findings that they found microbial life or something crazy on Mars. Or who knows? Could be some kind of little creature crawling they try to show. Whatever it is. A bug of insect type. If this planet is made of the same material pretty much as our planet, I think there's still life there. Because in my own opinion, it's not just about what's on the outside, but also what is on the inside of these planets. Once again, one of the things they'll never talk about. So, Mars, I do see it being a good candidate for being, the spot they say, all right, we've found life. Because, where else at this point do they have rovers digging and drilling and doing things of that nature? They don't have one on Jupiter. Hell, they're not even going to our own moon, which sits right there. People have got to question that, but the sheep don't. The moon is sitting right there. Right there. And you're telling me no one out here has the aspirations or want to even go there to check it out, mine, dig, check anything out, explore it? It's right there. It's like everyone's forbidden to do so. All the talk, big talk, Elon Musk type talk about colonizing or sending people anywhere is skip the moon, it's Mars. But none of that ever has happened at this point. Nothing's coming out of it. As you can see now, Elon Musk and their space mission possibly folding because of all the rocket failures and attempts. He himself admitting he's frustrated and is not sure where it's going to go. But some of you out there know they've got technology and craft that's never mentioned to the public that can get places rather very quickly. And it's the most secret technology out there. And it's with that I believe this announcement of life on other planets, it's going to have to be coupled with something pertaining to God. So, I'm not so sure what the Pope has in store in terms of an announcement when he comes to the USA in September. But it just may be one of the topics dealing with God, life, and everything. And if so, it's going to be rather interesting to see what comes flying out of his mouth. I'm going to leave a link. But just remember, all these updates with Mars and all this stuff, just continue to keep hinting that any time now, they should just come out and say it. You don't think the people out here couldn't handle at this point that you found a bug on Mars? It shows life. Yeah, everyone would probably definitely open up some of the sheep's minds, for sure, about life out there. But that's one of the steps I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if it's coming. Because I think the first form of life like that, aside from microbial, because they can sit there and say that all day, I still don't think the sheep would get it. If they said they discovered a creature, a small bug, something of that nature, that people could see and identify with, like, wow, there's actually life there. That means there's could be all kinds of different life there. You see? Just that one little bug opens up the door to all kinds of life being there. And then Project Bluebeam, press of a button, just one mothership in the sky can transform into 1,000. All ploy on the minds of the people. That's my warning. Don't forget that the people in control of everything on this planet and the way things are going right now, where it's heading, that if they ever come out and try to make this statement about life out here and anything, people want to talk aliens, UFOs. You're not just talking aliens, little green men. You're talking all kinds of life, even other human type of life that look like me and you. All kinds of life. Imagine Star Wars, Star Trek. All throughout space. Real deal. That's game changing. But can the people adapt to that? Or are the people ready? Or is Earth just that? You've shown you can't even get along with your own kind. How are you responsible enough to advance anywhere off this rock? You see? I think somebody has that in check here. Anyhow, interesting times, especially as the Pope is heading to the USA. We'll see. Because if they ever come out and make an announcement of life out there, they're going to have it backed with their deception. You can guarantee it. It's the one thing you should never forget. Press of a button, Bluebeam. Game on. Be ready. Yeshua is real.